Well, hello, friends. It's Pastor Steve. And today, instead of looking at my face, I wanted to let you just get a glimpse of the wonderful scene you're going to get as you join us in worship this Sunday. We are launching or taking our next step to reopening Prospect with outdoor worship on Sunday. And wanted to give you some details, updates, notes on that process, procedure, those plans as we get started. This will all be in written form too, but I know many of us are visual and audio learners. So on Sunday morning, worship will be at 9:30 a.m. here at Prospect. We will also have our online worship offering, and our plan is to have both outdoor worship and online services through the duration of Illinois' Phase 3 recovery from the COVID pandemic. So what a beautiful scene. We have a gorgeous sanctuary, but it's hard to beat this view on a beautiful spring summer morning for worship. 9:30 a.m. We have set up so as you drive in, we're going to ask everybody to use this west entrance to our church parking lot. That's the entrance closest to the parsonage. You can see that this is wide enough, so you can form two lines as you're driving into the parking lot. As you approach the end of the entranceway, essentially as you get to the driveway to the parsonage, you're going to be greeted by our parking lot attendants, and they are going to help get you to the right spot. If you want to exit your vehicle and worship in a lawn chair or a blanket, we are going to direct you to turn to your left, and we're going to ask you to park in these at the north end of the parking lot, the spaces, the alternate spaces here to my left. As those fill up, we're going to ask you to park over by Central Park in those spots there, or even behind the church. Some of you might even choose to drive all the way over to Dunlap Grade School or just enter their parking lot and walk over from there. That's going to keep the area right in front of the church open for those who want to worship from within their vehicles. So if you get to this spot and indicate to our volunteers that you would like to stay in your car for worship, they will direct you to move forward as I'm moving forward right now. We will have a platform or trailer in front of the beautiful glass entrance to the church. That's where our worship leaders will be set. We're going to keep about a 20-foot area where folks can sit in lawn chairs right in front of the church. And then from there, moving back, we will start staggering cars in the parking lot. Again, we will have parking lot attendants to get you to the right spot. We're going to try to stagger cars to keep good sight lines so everybody can see even from their vehicles. As you'll note in the letter, you can sit outside if you want to get outside. You can sit in the green space of Central Park. You could sit back by our visual or our video sign, and you could certainly park over in this area to the west of the church. We have just an amazing facility for this type of opportunity. As you pull in, especially if you're going to stay in your vehicle, we're going to invite you to turn your vehicle radios to 88.9 FM. We have purchased an FM transmitter, and we will be broadcasting that service through that short-range transmitter on 88.9 FM, and you'll hear that coming right through your car radio or your portable radio if you want to bring a portable radio. We will simultaneously be broadcasting our worship leaders, our music, and the messages through some portable speakers that will be set up in front of the church. So if you're sitting outside, you should be able to hear through those portable speakers. But if you want to bring a small radio, you could plug that in and listen in stereo sound if you would like. Actually, you're going to read a lot of other notes about worship. One is that at the end of the service, we will let our parking lot volunteers dismiss your vehicles, and we will dismiss from the front row to the back row, and we will be asking folks to kind of exit as my camera is directing through the east entranceway or exit way to the church parking lot. We want to have everybody coming in and going out one direction to provide an ease of traffic flow. I should note that as you come in, these volunteers, they will have copies of the lyrics for the songs that we'll be singing. If you would like a copy of that, just put your window down and they can hand you one. If you don't feel comfortable with that kind of interaction, we are going to attach the lyrics to today's post. And you can print out your own copies, or you could just even open them on your tablet or your phone and have those lyrics to sing along. Next Sunday when we have communion, we'll use a similar process. We'll invite you to open your windows, and those volunteers in gloves will hand you communion cups that you'll be able to use for communion at the end of the service. And again, after the service is over, we will invite you, our team will dismiss you out of the east exit. As you leave, there will be a station for you to leave an offering. We're still encouraging you to bring offerings to the church or mail them to the church or to give online, but if you happen to bring your offering, we'll have a way for you to do that in a touchless manner on Sunday. We will have the bathrooms to the fellowship hall office open and available. We're kind of discouraging people from using that. We want to keep traffic to a minimum. There will be an attendant there to help open the door for you if you need the bathroom, and obviously we just ask you to wear a mask inside and practice safe social distancing. If you are going to sit outside for worship, we are asking, in accordance with the governor's regulations and our bishop's own direction, that only immediate family members or those who enjoy regular daily contact sit together. We're asking everybody sitting outside or with their vehicle windows open to wear a mask. That'll help contain the spread of germs, especially during singing. And we're asking everybody to sit at least 10 feet away from those who aren't members of their own family. Again, that's all part of trying to keep a safe environment, especially when we'll be singing and talking out loud. At the end of the service, again, unfortunately, we are discouraging social interaction. We're asking you to depart in a kind of quick, orderly fashion. If you want to gather together after worship, we certainly want to afford you the opportunity to do that, but we want to just maintain as safe as an environment as possible for our worshipers. So we're discouraging you to really interact on the church grounds there. We want to be a good witness to the community of safe practices. Families, if you have kids, we hope you can join us, but we're asking you to keep your kids with you at all times. That means the playground, which is very, very enticing, we'd like to keep off limits. The nursery will not be open during our outside worship services. Again, that's just because we don't feel like we can help those kids maintain safe social distancing practices at such a young age. I'm sure that there are notes that I'm missing. I'm going to look real quickly at some of those notes from my sheet there. One kind of maybe important note, service will start at 9:30. You probably don't want to show up right at 9:30 because parking, the process, especially in our first few weeks, will take some getting used to, and you might need a few minutes to get into the right spot there. So try to arrive before 9:30. Realize it's going to be tough to leave early. So just plan on being here, we hope, for the whole service. And one more note, if you have prayer requests, please share them with the church office, i.e. with Danny and myself, before Friday morning at 9 o'clock, so that we can include them in both the online service experience and the parking lot worship service experience. We won't be receiving prayer requests during the actual services themselves. So again, I know that's a lot. We're hoping this is going to be a great next step in the reopening prospect process. And I am just really looking forward to seeing so many of you after such a long time away. God bless you. We will see you Sunday, Prospect. Bye.